if I had a recipe for that, I will of course win the next one also. You have to be ambitious and you have to have stamina. You also have to be exciting. You have to find something wild. The starting point of the film was The Square, and that was an installation that me and a friend of mine created. We were invited to an art museum to make an exhibition about this, and it was when I was invited to the museum that I realized maybe the feature film could take place in a contemporary art museum. And then I found out that I think that they look pretty much the same, all of them. They have a neon sign on the wall, and they have a Giacometti, and they have a Warhol, and then it's a couple of objects on the floor. And
what are the biggest challenges in running a museum?
We're a museum of modern and contemporary art, so we need to present art that is the art of today, art that is absolutely cutting edge, and the competition is fierce.
And I wanted to attack that a little bit. They have to refresh. Well, for me it's much more about collecting ideas.
Nu är det dags för mat och vi har dukat fram en fantastisk buffé. Svampfylld rostad majskyckling. Jag vill jättegärna ta det lite lugnt. Men
There's a lot of true incidents in the movie. For example, when
inside one's psyche so that the landscape... I'm sorry.
If everyone that can be quiet, please try to be quiet. And then
at the point where I experienced it, it was taking place in a theater. It was quite beautiful actually, because they knew that he was coming, and he's someone that is visiting the theater on a regular basis. Then they actually have given him cotton gloves in order so it shouldn't sound that loud when he's clapping his hands.
Håll käft! Gå hem! Fuck off!
I was googling actor imitates monkeys. And I found a YouTube clip of Terry Notary when he is doing a demo for Planet of the Apes. Because he's usually a motion capture artist, so he has these green dots on him, and he's like imitating like different animals, and he's have been playing Hulk and things like that. But when I saw that, I thought it was so impressive how he could like just imitate a chimpanzee perfectly. He's the only actor that have gotten a part without doing a casting session with me. So I immediately called him and said, do you want to play this performance artist? And he said yes.
If you place an object in a museum, for instance, if we took your bag and placed it here, would that make it art?
I didn't want to work with English-speaking actors in this film, actually. Then I did casting in London, and I met Dominic West and Elizabeth Moss, and both of them were so good, so suddenly I had to rethink. I actually had to make it a little bit more international. So it was a problem for me in the beginning that they were so good, because I was thinking, oh no, now I have to make the film English-speaking also, because I was a little bit afraid of losing my instrument when it comes to directing in English, you know, that this parts of it get lost in translation, but it turned out well, I think. I do a lot of takes. In the beginning of the day, I'm giving them some freedom to try out the scene in order to be able to find the possibilities in how to play it. It can't be like, no, but now it was my turn to say my line if the other actor is not saying their line. Yeah, you have to use the actor's ability to understand the situation and to find out the best way of telling the scene. But sometimes I use quite much improvisation. Okay, are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
Okay, I'm opening now. I'm bringing it along the tour that I'm doing now in Europe in order to promote the film, but also to build cinema culture. I don't know if you've heard about Stanley Cup in NHL, the North American Ice Hockey League. And as soon as a team win the Stanley Cup trophy, the players get to take it home to their first ice hockey club in order to show it for the next generation of ice hockey players. So they use it as a way of recruiting new talents. So I think we are using the Palme d'Or in the same way.